What's up everybody, welcome back to another video by TrunkFreshGreen34, and today we are doing another Trunk Talk discussion, this time on collector cards. So collector cards were this short-lived kind of extension of the mainline, where you could get just regular mainline diecasts like Lightning McQueen or Mater, and they came with these little plastic accessory cards, as they called them on like Walmart and Amazon. They were referred to as accessory cards. And when we first heard that name, we kind of didn't know what to think. A lot of people assumed that these cards would be coming with actual accessories, but then they got revealed to be these little cards, and they didn't call them accessory cards on the final packaging. They're referred to as bonus collector cards, which is what we have here. So, like I said, this didn't last long. They were only did this for like 4 months, and I think only 2 cases actually got collector cards bundled with them. And it was, I think, like one of the last cases from Cars 3 2017, and then I think 2018 Case B. And I believe those were the only ones. Now, granted, I think every vehicle in the case, or almost every vehicle in the case, had one. So that is a lot. That's like over 40 collector cards, I'm pretty sure. But regardless, they didn't keep the line going. And the crazy thing is they actually even canceled 2 of them. There was going to be one for Fillmore and one for World Grand Prix McQueen, according to some Amazon links, but those never came out, unfortunately, much like a lot of 2018 stuff. But yeah, they were really nice little additions, honestly. I have several of them here, and I'm going to show off all of them, and I really liked them. I wish that they kind of kept them going. Now, they kind of have. They've brought them back in some form, but we'll talk about that a little later. So I'm going to walk through all of the ones I have and who they came with, and I'll talk about my favorite ones. So, right up top here, we have this tank coat one that came with Rich Mixon. Now, the Rich Mixon without the collector card is actually pretty rare, or at least it was. A lot more people found the collector card version, and it's pretty nice. All of the Piston Cup Racer ones just kind of have the sponsor logo in the center with a bit of a pattern to reflect their paint job and design. Very, very cool. It's a really nice way to get a good look at a lot of these like next-gen racer graphics, because like that 10 coat logo from Cars 3 is not really available online. So this collector card is pretty much the best look at it we have. Now on the back, all of them had either this Cars logo, which is from 2018, or the Cars 3 logo, which meant it was from 2017. And it's got this like really glossy coating, almost looks like a rainbow effect. Very, very nice presentation. And all of them come with little stands, so you can actually stand them up. And I like that a lot, honestly. They put a lot of effort into these, I think, and it kind of makes me sad that they just never continued them. Because like I said, I think they were pretty awesome. Here we have one of my favorites, just because I love Sheldon Shifter's design. This is the Sputter Stop collector card for Sheldon Shifter. And like I said, probably the best way to get a good look at some of his next-gen graphics. I love the mint colors on it. Very cool. So yeah, Sheldon Shifter was one of the other big next-gen releases at the start of 2018, in the same case with Rich Mixon, which is why they both got a collector card. Up next, we have this really cool, like, Florida 500 one. I believe this came with either Chris Rostopski or Pat Traxon. I think it was Chris. I'm not entirely sure. But I really like it because it almost looks like an actual sign you would see at the Florida 500, which is another thing I'm going to mention with, like, these sponsor ones. These look like actual sponsor billboards that you would maybe see at the track or hanging up somewhere. It's really, really cool. So I like this Florida 500 one a lot. It's got these like giant piston cups on the side so that you know this is a piston cup event. We have this nice little artistic depiction of the fancy Florida Stadium. And this was a 2017 one, so it says Cars 3 and not just Cars. Very nice. Up next, we have one of the first ones I ever got. This is for Rusty's Cruise. This was a 2018 one, even though Rusty's Cruise released in 2017. This is specifically the one from 2018, because I got my Rusty's Cruise on 2018 packaging. And this one's pretty cool because it is literally just the Rusty's 95 Cruise decal straight from the diecast, just plastered on this card, because they angled it the same way as on the diecast. The yellow color is the same. It looks like someone took a screenshot of Cruise's like body and just put it on the collector card here, which is really nice. I'm a big fan of the Rusty's Cruise design, and a lot of other people were in 2017 and 2018 as well. Rusty's Cruise was like the most desired release. It's crazy. People were hyping it up like crazy, and then it finally came out, and then I feel like the excitement just wasn't there anymore, because she wasn't very rare after she came out. Like, she's been released a few times now. Up next is another one from 2018 Case B. This one I got alongside Rusty's Cruise. This is the one for Tom W., the first Rusty's Racing Center trainee that we got. Personally, I would have preferred it if it just said Rusty's Racing Center instead of making it specific to Tom W., because that way you could use it as an actual sign for like your Rusty's Racing Center display. But all in all, it's a nice collector card. It's really cool how they did them for these like obscure characters like Tom W. I think that was really fun. One of the few obscure characters they actually did one for. Here's a major, well, I shouldn't say major character, here's like a secondary character they did one for, River Scott. And this one is awesome. This one is probably my favorite, because I think there is an actual billboard very similar to this in the actual movie. So it's really cool how they went out of their way to include this like fun little drawing of Heyday River Scott, home of 34 River Scott, and then it says races every weekend, fastest racers every Sunday. And then we have the Southern Gasoline Gold logo, which is Jet Robinson's sponsor, down in the bottom left there. So yeah, I love this retro Thomasville Speedway, almost billboard type thing. I think that's super cool. That was also a 2017 one. Very nice. And the rest of these are sponsor-based ones, I think. Actually, no, we have one more that's not. Here is Nitroade. So this one was for Phil Tankson, the Cars 3 Nitroade stock car. Pretty generic. They just kind of put the logo over some orange coloring, and then they have this like dot pattern. But it's simple and effective. I like the presentation on this one. And again, that's like one of the highest quality looks we have at the Cars 3 Nitroade logo, which granted isn't that much different from the Cars 1 logo, but it's cool to see it here. I keep slipping these out of my hand here. Also a 2017 one. Very cool. And then I'll just kind of run through these ones quick because they're pretty much the same general idea. So from left to right, we have Clutchade, which came with Dino Draftsky in 2018. I like that one because I don't know. I kind of like how they incorporated green into the Clutchade logo and design a lot more in Cars 3. So I like that you get a nice clear look at the green Clutchade logo with this really awesome like blue pattern. I like whatever this is. Just like in a regular shape. It looks really nice. Yeah, love that one. And then N2O Cola. N2O Cola is one of my favorite sponsors, and I really do like H.J. Hollis. So I think it's cool that we got one for him in 2017. Yeah, I love the different like shades of purple that they used. I like how again how clear and big the graphic is for the logo. All in all, very nice. And then finally we have Triple Dent, which is actually peeling, I think. Oh no, that's part of the design. There's like a little light blue strip up here. I thought it was peeling. Yeah, this one was for Terry Cargas, the Cars 3 stock car for Triple Dent. Spearmint flavored dent filler. So this is actually the only racer-based collector card we have here that actually has a catchphrase printed on it. That's cool. I like that a lot. I really do like how intricate the design is on this one. We have this like radiating sun effect going around the logo here. We have a whole bunch of shades of blue with different like curving patterns. We have the spearmint leaves and then these like white dots coming off the top and bottom corners. Very cool. So that is it for official collector cards that I have from the 2017 to 2018 period. So like I said, they only did them for 2 cases and then that was it. Now, fast forward to 2019, and the advent calendar for that year came out, and it actually featured something pretty much like a collector card. Very similar to this. Now, this came with the 2020 advent calendar, but basically both calendars featured a collector card-like rectangle type thing based on the Piston Cup billboard at, like, I don't know, the Dinoco 400, for example, which is really cool. And again, this is the 2020 version, so it's not a regular billboard like in the 2019 calendar. This one is a winter-themed one. Now, it's not as, like, well done as the other collector cards. As you can see, there's nothing on the back. You can see this one actually is peeling off up top here. It's not like, it doesn't have like a glossy finish to it. It's pretty much just a sticker they plastered on top of the actual plastic collector card piece. And they still gave it a stand though, which was nice. Yeah, it's kind of like an unofficial collector card, which is cool. Also, I did forget to mention, I also have this collector card from 2017. I believe this one came with Maddie McGear. It's a Florida 500 one, but it says Lightning 95 McQueen to show that this was Maddie McGear's, because Maddie McGear's a McQueen fan. Again, I kind of would have liked it if they got rid of this and just had a Florida 500 one with the track design, because I think this one is weird, but I don't know. It's kind of a cool little design, I guess. Weird but cool. But anyways, I got off track there. So yeah, they kind of brought them back unofficially in the advent calendars for 2019 and 2020, and that was it. However, in late 2020, the Welcome to Radiator Springs line came out. And in that line, they brought back collector cards kind of, again, for Sheriff. So in that line, every car got an accessory, basically. They did like Blowing Bubbles Mater, which got some haystacks. Sally with Tattoo had a table from the wheel well, etc. Sheriff, I guess they had no idea what to give Sheriff, so they actually just gave him a collector card, which was super interesting. And it was basically themed after like one of the bumper stickers you could get in Lizzie's Curio Shop, which was really cool. They only did it for Sheriff and Cactus McQueen in the Welcome to Radiator Springs line. And just like that, as quickly as they brought them back, they got rid of them again. So they haven't reappeared in any major capacity. They only made like little brief appearances in the advent calendars and then Welcome to Radiator Springs. And then they kind of continued it. They had like a spiritual successor to collector cards in the form of the bumper stickers that came with the 2021 wave of Welcome to Radiator Springs cars. They were just like cheap pieces of paper. They weren't fancy collector cards or anything like that. But they kind of got the point across, I guess. Actually, no, I was wrong. I just thought about this. The bumper stickers came with all the 2020 collector cards, or 2020 Welcome to Radiator Springs releases, but Sheriff and Cactus McQueen had collector cards in addition to the bumper stickers. So, I don't know why they offered bumper stickers and then 2 with collector cards at the same time. Personally, I think it would have been better if they just gave all of the releases collector cards in the Welcome to Radiator Springs line, but hey, I don't work at Mattel. I don't make the choices. Sorry for the confusion there. I remembered 2021 they actually did keychains in the Welcome to Radiator Springs line, not collector cards or bumper stickers. But yeah, like I said, they brought them back for those 2 2020 releases, and then that was it. And in 2022, they've kind of done something similar to both those and the bumper stickers in the Racing Accessory Packs line, where now we have these like little rectangular stickers. Basically, they're a lot taller than these and maybe a little less wide. And that's all they are. They're just rectangular, basically, stickers Before they were placed on the back of like actual hard material, like these collector cards were, I'm pretty sure. But I think now the later waves, they're just pasted onto like cardboard or something. And they're okay, I guess, but they don't have anything to stand them up. And like I said, they're just stickers. They're not even like, I don't know. They don't have the same fancy presentation as the collector cards, which kind of sucks. So, yeah, I would have preferred if they came with stands at the least. Don't think I complain because you could actually stand them up and use them as display pieces. But without them, they're just kind of worthless. I feel. Um, but I obviously would have preferred regular collector cards if I had to choose. And then that's basically it for the history of collector cards. Like I said, they didn't do a whole lot. They even canceled 2 of them. But they do kind of live on in the form of those little sticker board things in the Racing 2-packs. But yeah, that is it for this episode of Trunk Talk. Once again, I do apologize for the confusion when talking about the Welcome to Radiator Springs line. 2020 and 2021 are just kind of a blur for me, so I kind of just lumped it all together in my head. But I did accurately depict the history at the end there, so now you know, in case you didn't. Yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Let me know, do you wish Mattel still made collector cards? Do you want collector cards to come back? And which was your favorite collector card from the ones I showed today? I think River Scott's is definitely the best one, for sure. Hopefully I can get some more in the future, because like I said, I only have these ones. Definitely not a complete set. There's still quite a few more left. I really want Florida Ramones. That's kind of the next one I want. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye now.